Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So yes, yesterday morning we were looking at this move down here. We were actually trading below here. We were hoping for some wicks. This was the most bullish scenario, mind you, that we were hoping for these where we were actually trading below this area to be wicks and then trade back up. Failing that, we had this next area, which would have been a perfectly acceptable point for price to get caught, and we may still come back down to this level, but that is not happening at the moment. We are looking to try and break back above this resistance, and then what we would hope to do is put in a nice high. A nice high relative to these highs, and then see if we can progress from there. What may end up happening though is we may end up with a rejection in a sort of ascending wedge, and then we may then trade lower, and that may be the end of this medium term move up. A possibility there, so we'll have to see what happens. Maybe we get up to this, we wick above, maybe even we wick actually up towards the 26,000, mid 26,000s, and then just get whacked down pretty sharpish, and then come back into this triangle and then trade lower. That is a distinct possibility also. But what realistically we have got going on is that stock markets were a bit apprehensive with obviously Pelosi flying over to Taipei, and yeah, the market, I mean, there are literally, if you break everything down to it's bare bones how an individual event will impact on the market. There are obviously the implications and how big they are, and the effect that will have, so the size, and then the probability of it happening. So obviously the probability of her getting shot down were probably quite low, but the implications, if that was to happen, would be massively impactful on the market. So yeah, I mean, I guess at the point that she's not shot down, the point that she gets back to America safely, then yeah, that what is a very large basically move in the market, was it to happen, but obviously a small percentage chance then gets factored out. But my point is, a small percentage of a big move is obviously still a relatively decent size move that could be getting priced in. So yeah, maybe once she's out of that place and safe, then yeah, maybe we break through this resistance in the S&P and then go higher. But yeah, it is an interesting place for us to get rejected from. Not interesting, but it is a place where if you get rejected from here, it wouldn't look too untoward, but if we get above here, it would look pretty good. So yes, the dollar index having a little bit of a squeeze to the upside. I mean, we've got this horizontal here, this price action kind of makes sense to squeeze up from here. Maybe we want to join a trend line here, seeing as we're in a drawing trend line mode this morning. Maybe we want to draw a trend line in here. So we are at a level where if we, well, we're not at, because we've rejected from it already, but a level where if we do break above, then yeah, we could expect acceleration to the upside, and if we do get rejected, then yeah, come down, and then we'll be looking at then a lower low in that scenario. Here's a 10-year making that move that's got the whole well, it's got not the whole market at all. It's got some people on FinTwit's knickers in a twist. I mean, we just look at the context of this whole move down, and then they're looking at this like, oh my god, it's over. But yeah, having said that though, we are back above this important level. We have back tested into it somewhat, and then and still holding above. So yeah, it's not insignificant on the shorter term time frame. However, this resistance area would only be the first step. The second step would obviously be getting above here, and then finally getting above probably this level here, around this level now. If we get back above there, then yes, things will start to look bad, and that is 3%, above 3%, then yes, we could be targeting basically over 3%, over 3.5% over these highs, and things would start to look pretty disgusting. However, that is not at the moment the most likely scenario. The most likely scenario is that well, we just don't, whatever we do, even if we bounce and trade sideways, like this is quite populated range for price action in the recent history. So for us to just trade back in this zone, so basically between where we are and sub 3%, wouldn't look bad. And then ultimately we would hope we come back and trade lower. But yeah, obviously it would open up the possibility to trading higher. But we're a long way from that yet. We still got to maintain for more than just a few 4-hour candles above here. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, we're back into our heading towards sub 2%. So yeah, glad we've cleared that up. Oil still lounging around on its rear end at this support. So it is looking like it wants to take this out, but I mean, I guess we'll just have to see which way it breaks. It's gonna go one way. Will it be down? Will it be up? We shall see. If it's up, do I expect it to come and take out these highs? Probably not. There's going to be strong resistance around this area. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. What else do we want to look at? Not that one, not silver. Gold. We want to look at gold. Gold testing into that support, obviously off the back of that 10-year move. So yeah, if gold supports here, continues upwards, if the 10-year comes back down, then yeah, I would expect gold to keep going back up. Keep going up. What else? Yeah, we looked at stocks. Yeah, the Ethereum Satoshi pairing, having a nice bounce off this support area as well. Currently in this range, obviously above this support and below this resistance. We want to, obviously, as ETH maxes, want it to break above here and continue upwards. So we'll see what happens there. The USD pairing also. Well, still not taking out what you could join as a downward trend line, so not far off it though. And if it does take that out and continue onwards and upwards, we could be seeing, another test into this resistance. Do we take it out? I mean, it will ultimately depend on how strong the move is in Bitcoin, but there are obviously credible targets around 26,000 for Bitcoin that would clearly get us, I think, would get us up towards, well, above $2,000 ETH, and that would be a good point for people to try and sell. That want to sell and take us lower. So there will be a lot of, I think there'll be a lot of volatility and interest at that level. So yeah, not got there though. So first things first, let's not get ahead of our skis. So yeah, let's look at the stochastics. I mean, 4 hour got plenty of room to run here, so could keep us moving to the upside there. 8 hour looking to turn back up. 10 hour 10 hour looking to turn back up as well. 12 hour still pointing down. Daily still pointing down. Buy daily actually looking to turn back up here, so that is an interesting sign. 3 day, and then obviously 3 day looking brilliant, 5 day looking good, weekly looking good, bi-weekly, well, looking good as from low levels. So you kind of then would potentially limit further downside. That's as opposed to them looking like they're gonna drag us all the way back up to all-time highs, but they're kind of looking like they're getting exhausted to the downside on higher time frames, which is kind of what you want to see for obviously a trend reversal. But yeah, overall the stochastic really is not looking bad. Is not looking bad for a continuation up here. Like I said, do we break through this trend line? Do we come and tag 26, and then do we get a very sharp rejection and come back down? That is a possibility. There will be people that are looking to offload a load of Bitcoin that kind of missed obviously Elon hitting the bid. And basically sending us down swiftly, so they will be looking to hit a bid at some point, and I mean around 26k would look like a reasonable point. So yes, there is that. So yeah, that's it guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.